Hey, it's Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's Thursday. It's February the 20th. This will be a chart lesson for today. Uh, Really interesting day. It's an uptrend. There's a bigger channel here. There were some shorter term channels within, and then now it looks kind of like we've got a spike in channel going on here, and this lower line here might even be a midline, and there might be another one down here. But for now, I'm looking at it like so, with this being the midline on this tighter channel here. So it looks like a spiking channel. So there's a couple of different ways you can see this one, the bigger picture. Um, and that's a good example of explaining why price action works on every level, because you could go to an even bigger level, like if I back out even further here, and we might find a even larger channel. You don't have to do that. Everything you need is usually in the price action in that day, and it's usually much less confusing if you just use the current day's price action. So just because I backed out and told you that and showed you that doesn't mean you go trying to find trend lines that are multiple days long and things like that, because the more accurate stuff is going to be the more recent stuff. And but that is why price action works on any level. We can move out to a daily chart and see these same things on a daily chart. If I took the label off up here, you wouldn't know if it was a daily chart or a 5-minute chart or a 2,000 tick chart. They would all, you couldn't tell. And the price action will work the same. If you go to a larger chart, obviously you may need slightly bigger stops and slightly bigger targets and things like that. But it works on any level, so you don't have to be a scalper. You can use this stuff to try to swing trade and try to get into longer term trades. But even then, you can use what we use to get into longer term trades. Also, people ask me a lot of times, they have trouble with the runners and they end up losing more money than they make because they screw up with their runners and things like that. And so just to show you, give an example, I'll tell you what I did today. I just wanted to show you that you can make a couple of trades a day, any time of the day, and make you a couple $100 a day. And while you're not going to get rich at a couple $100 a day, figure it out. If you can make $200 a day, you can make $1,000 a week. And if you can make $1,000 a week, you can make yourself $4,000 a month. Are you getting rich? No, but where else can you go and work for an hour and make $50,000 a year? I don't know of any place. So if you put it into perspective like that, I think sometimes what happens is people get this grandeur thoughts and ideas that you got to get rich trading, and you can get rich, but it doesn't happen on a few trades in a few days. It starts to happen as it adds up and you get better, and instead of going for $200 a day, you're going for $500 a day, and then you're making $80,000 a year. And then later you can go to making $1,000 a day or $2,000. You can get as big as you want with this thing, but just start small and try to make what you can. So I'm going to show you what I did. I'll share it with you, since I won't. Most of you know I don't normally share my personal trading because I don't want to. There's different reasons. I'm not even going to get into that. But I'm going to share what I did with you today. I was through trading so early, I was trying to think of something I could do, maybe demonstrate a trade. And now that I think back about it, maybe I should have recorded these too. But I just went and did 2 quick scalps to try to make myself $200. And I scalped 2 quick contracts. No runners, nothing, just in and out, scalp in and out. And I did 2 of them, and I was done within 30 minutes. And that was trading, I think it was these 2 trades. I'll have to put it on the chart here in a minute to show you. I'll actually put the trades on there and show them to you. And, within, middle of the day, middle of the morning, for 45 minutes or an hour, I made $200. And I don't know where else you can do that except in this business. So if you're having trouble with runners, I guess that's the gist of this. Or if you're having trouble, making money with this, with your, losing, only getting, actually what happens is to a lot of times the people are not really good at picking the entries yet, and they get some winners, but when they lose double what they make when they win, because they never make anything on their runners hardly. So if you're having that problem, maybe just concentrate on scalping out in full until you start to get better at it. So I'm going to show you what happened when I just scalped out in 2 trades today. But let's talk about all the trades, and then we'll come back to that. First trade I saw was this second entry off the low down here. It looked like it was either going to be a trading range day or kind of an upward biased range, because look, we're swinging to both sides of the EMA, but we're slanted up. So this is kind of a ranging channel that's turned stronger as the day's gotten longer here. Again, you've got the short-term trend line or trend channels that worked perfectly, that told you everything you needed to do. You got a break, a new high, a reversal. You got the channel working down, a break. It didn't get a new low because you got the stronger uptrending trend line here, and so it bounced early. But then you got the channel working up, you got the break, the new high, and then you went into this short-term correction, and it started higher again. But you got another, like a spiking channel going on here. But it's still, you could still know exactly what to do by following the short-term stuff here. So this was the first trade I saw, and guess what? Any runners were easily safe here, and you just ride these all the way to the top. And you know, once you get the break here and then a new high, just exit right in there somewhere. And you don't, you know, if you get lucky and get it all, great, but you don't have to get every last tick out of it. If you can get most of every move, you're doing good. If you entered here and exited right in here, then you got the 95% of that move. That's good. So be happy with that. And then you get the channel coming down, same thing. It was tempting to want to enter earlier up here, but I think you had to wait to make sure that we weren't going to stay in this upper channel here. So wait on a trap, and you got that right here. Notice you tried to go up once, you pull back, you got a second entry long off this, and it's right off that trend line. And so just go short right there. If you didn't go short there, you really could have even gone short behind under this line, because you figure we're probably headed down here, and you've got no break of this little short-term channel. I think it was okay to enter here because it's a little breakout pullback short. It's a failed second entry long. A lot of reasons to go short right there. And you might have even gone short below that bar, and if you did, it's okay. You had to ride this little pullback out. But you definitely want to go short there, and if you didn't there, even there, because you still got a lot of room left. And you see that was a good trade. And again, any runners, you can ride them all the way down to the low here. Then you get your break of your channel. You get a second entry short here. No, first entry, pull back second entry, and it just barely goes higher, and it traps everybody. It didn't quite close on its low, but that's just the difference in one tick, and could be a split second difference. It's close enough, and just go short right there. Maybe use a limit order. It would have got filled back to the close there, but you know, you got to be careful sometimes trying to use those limit orders, because you'll miss trades. This was an easy scalp, and then it bounced. And guess what? That's a second entry long. Here's your new low. You pull back and you get a second entry long, a higher low right off this line, right up through here. And again, it takes off, and any runners are safe. And actually, let me show you this on this one. This is not a very good setup bar, so you got to know what you're doing to take that long right there. But when it broke higher right there, you could have used the limit order and dropped it in right back here, and you would have got filled back to there. You could have got filled probably, definitely back to right here. And that's how I entered, but you might have waited on a break of this second bar. And even then, it's not a really good bar, but if you didn't enter there, you didn't get any other option. But, you know, all the clues were here. A lot of people were trying to push this on down to a new low, but if you recognize this trend line up through here, you realize why you can't get down there. And this is a reversal type pattern here. You made a new high, and then now you made a higher low. So odds are you're going to at least make another leg up like this, and you may go even higher, which you do right here. And the only reason you didn't go long here is because you may be just going to get a measured leg up and then another move down, or you may get hung up coming off of this median line here, if you're seeing that. So that's the reason I didn't like going long right there. But when we got above the median line and had a failed second entry short right here, that's a trap, and look at it go again. Another, and again, any runners were likely safe right here if you were running any runners. And it just takes on off again, and then you get little trap here. You got those matching lows. You got another. You got it's really a double trap because you got the trap where it broke lower, but you've got first entry short, pull back second entry short. So that's like a failed second entry short, and it really is a second entry long. Notice that new high, pull back first entry, pull back second entry. So that's like a little two-legged move back to the EMA, a median line right there, which you may not have had that yet. Um, so that's a little bit hard to call that one because you probably wouldn't have that yet. Um, and then you get the second entry long off the low right here. Notice that new low, first entry, pullback, second entry. And you're looking, and the reason I really like that one was because you're looking for a measured move. Actually, I was measuring from here because that's where the uptrend started again, I felt like. So I was looking for prices to come back up here and hit this line somewhere. We didn't quite get there before it corrected some, but notice now we've made it up to that line and we've made it past that target. So it might even be that the target is from here. And you kind of get this move here and measure from there. And that gets you, it really gets you to the same place, to be honest. So, so I like those two trades. And then again, you've got this new high. You get a first entry short pullback, and you get a second entry short. You didn't get a chance to go long again until here, though. So that's a failed second entry short that reverses, and you're still looking for prices to come up here on that measured move. And by this time, you might have this larger channel here and maybe a median line, and it just takes right on off. And guess where? It's finding resistance off the main line up here. And that was all I marked for the day. But again, I told you I'd talk about my two scalps. Let's just put them on the, we'll just put them on the chart here. And I may do more of this as I get a chance. You can see, this means you wouldn't have started trading until after 9 o'clock, and then you were done. We'll just get some specific times here. First trade was was triggered just about 9:30, and you closed the second trade at 9:55. So 30 minutes, you made yourself $200, which if you can do that every day consistently, you're making $50,000 a year. And I don't know where else you can do that, working 30 minutes to an hour every day. And no, you don't always get that two good trades that quick, but I guarantee you I can jump in here any day and within an hour find a couple of easy scalps. And so you don't have to, it just depends on how you look at it. And that's the reason I really wanted to show you that today, because I wanted to show you, look at this at a different aspect of how it might help your trading. And here all I did was scalp out in full. And you can see this first trade, I bought two on that failed. This was a new low, so first entry pullback. There's a second entry short that failed, so that's a failed second entry short. High probability trade. It's bouncing off the EMA here. We're trending higher. There was a reversal pattern down here. Quick, easy scalp. And if I'd had any runners, they'd have still been, I could have ridden them even higher. So that was trade one. And then within a few minutes later, you've got trade two. We already talked about it. I had that one marked. You got a new high, first entry, pullback, second entry. Plus there's like a little failed second entry short in there. And there's your new high, first entry, pullback, second entry. So there's a failed second entry short. There's a two-legged pullback to the EMA. There's a second entry long counting off the highs. We're looking for a retest after the break of this channel. There's just every reason to go. And that one took maybe 30 or 45 seconds as well. And so there's your $200. Of course, you got to take commissions out. So you can see it. By the time I took commissions out, it made me $184.72. So it's not quite $200, but that's, it's close enough. If you can do that every day, you're going to make yourself $40,000 a year before taxes. And two winners. That was the only 2 trades I took um, doing, trying to demonstrate those quick scalps. And if you can do 2 of those every day, you're good to go. So again, I just wanted to show that to show you that there's different ways to look at this. And I think what happens is a lot of people come into trading looking at it like, hey, this is a get-rich-quick scheme. And it's not. Just come in here and try to make start with a reasonable goal based on your capital, your trading capital. And it may just be that you need 1 scalp a day to make $50 a day. And if you can't sit here within a couple of hours and get 4 ticks, then you definitely don't need to be trading anymore or trying to make any more money than that. But that's a good place to start, and that's not a whole lot. But start there, make yourself $50 a day, and when you can do that consistently live, and that's really the thing. You need to be sim trading regardless until you've proven you can do this. And then once you go live, just start with maybe scalping that single contract each day. Make your target $50 when you make it, or if you lose and you lose double that, just get back on the sim that day. But every day you can make $50, try to make $50. And that is an easy way maybe to start live without being so emotionally charged about it. You're still going to have some emotions and you're still going to make some of those mental mistakes, but you're going to do that no matter when you go live, no matter how good you were on the simulator. So it's still a part of the learning curve. So I suggest you just start scalping 1 or 2 trades a day and either try to make $50, $100, and just do that for a period of time. And when you can do that consistently every day for a long period of time, then you're ready to maybe bump up your leverage and maybe go try to add a runner or try to go for 2 or 3 contracts each day or whatever. Just build from that. So I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that was a good example. And I may do some more of those for you, and next time I'll even record those trades. They're really straightforward. So, but I had time to come in and make my normal target trading live. Then I just flipped over to my sim chart so it would be separate, and I took those 2 quick trades. Real easy to see, real easy trades that you see me demonstrate here or point out every day. Neither one of them took any heat. Let's go back and look at that. Just to look at you can see the most they went against me money-wise was $25, and they both met their target of $100. So neither one of them went against me more than a tick or 2. Really straightforward, and real simple trades, and and there's trades like that every single day. Some days are harder than others. Don't get me wrong. Today was fairly straightforward because, like I said, I was done with my regular trading by 9-something this morning. And but when you can catch a trade or 2 like this and catch these runners on each time you enter, it doesn't take long to hit a target. So keep that in mind. But anyway, that's pretty much it for today. I'm going to wrap it up. Hope you had a good trading day, and we'll be back to do it tomorrow and wrap this week up. This is Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.